Hello everyone, this is Suresh from Azure ADB. Today our topic is how to convert the values of a column into a Python list. So we have different methods to do this scenario. So we'll see one by one. So first I'm using collect method. So this is the simplest method, but it pulls all the data to the driver. So it's only good for small data sets. So here what I'm doing, first I'm reading one data set. So I have this particular data set in my catalog. So I'm reading this particular data frame and this is the data and I have this many columns. So now on top of this, what I'm trying to do here is, so first I'm iterating the column and collecting the values from that particular column. So here I'm using list compensation. This is list compensation. So in this, what I'm doing, I'm using for loop in df.select status type. So that means from this data frame, I have this column status type. If you see here, status type. So this one, this status type column, whatever the values here in this particular column. So I want to convert into list, all the values into list. So df.select column name and I given collect. So collect, what it does is it will collect all the values into list. So normally what we'll write here, row for row. So here, since it is object, so I'm mentioning row of column name. So this is the column name. So row of column. So this particular column will iterate and it will collect all the values from that column. And if you observe the result, so we are getting all the values in the form of list. Okay, so next, so this same code explanation I given here. So first df.select column name. So it selects only the status underscore type column from the data frame. And what collect it does is it brings all rows of this particular column to the driver as a list of row objects. See this one. So list of row objects. And the list compression extracts the value of status type from each row and creates a Python list. Okay, so this will see when to use which method. So dot collect, so we had to use only for smaller data sets because it loads all data into the driver memory. So for smaller data sets where you need the entire column as Python list on the driver. So collect with list compression or two underscore pandas are convenient. So in case of smaller data sets, you can use list compression or two pandas method. If you have larger data sets, you always try to avoid these two options. So for larger data sets, so whenever you want to do aggregations, so prefer to use collect underscore list or collect underscore set options. So whenever you have large data sets, so instead of Python list, you try to use take. Okay, so this is about collect method. So next we'll see about getting only distinct values. So here, if you see in this list, see here there are some repeated values are there. So what I want to do is this list of values, I want to get only distinct values. So for that, what I'm doing, so this distinct removes duplicate values before collecting. So here what I'm doing, same code. So row of column for row in df.select, and here I'm giving distinct. In between I given distinct. So now see I'm getting only these values. But if you see here without a distinct, we are getting all the records of that column. So I assume there are some 100 records are there in that column. Means in total data frame we have 100 rows. So for that particular column we have total 100 values in that particular column. So now those 100 values it become 2, 4, 6, 8. So that means 8 distinct values in that particular column. So next method is using 2 pandas, and it is not recommended for large data sets. So in this method, what you are doing is df.select column name, and we are converting to pandas, 2 pandas and column name. So in index, we are mentioning column name, and we are converting to list. So we are getting this list of values here. For this particular column, we are getting this list of values. So data frame, our Spark data frame, first we are converting to pandas on this particular column, and later we are converting to list. So next method is using collect underscore list or collect underscore set. So if you want to perform aggregation. So collect underscore list will use whenever you want to include duplicates. So if you don't want to duplicates, you want only unique records, then use collect underscore set. So here I'm creating one data frame. This is df. In this I have 2 columns, category and value. If you see here, this is my data frame and I have this many values. And if you observe in this, there are some duplicate records also. If you see here, these first 2 are duplicate records, and similar way here, duplicates. So there are some duplicate records in this. So on top of this data frame, what I'm doing is, first I am doing group by. Doing group by on category. If you see here, total we have how many distinct categories? A, B, C, D, E, 5. So we'll get 5 here, A, B, C, D, E, because we given group by on category. And what we are doing aggregation is, in aggregation, we are using collect underscore list. So first I'm trying with collect underscore list. And I am giving value. So value is this column. So aggregation I am doing on this column. That means collect underscore list on value column. And alias given a column name as value list. So now what will happen, since I given group by, so whatever A category is there, it will do group by. So once it do group by, collect underscore list, what it does is all 3 values it will convert in the form of list. All these values it will convert into list 1, 1, 2. If you see here for A, we are getting 1, 1, 2. Since we have duplicate records, but still why we are getting 1, 1, 2 is we are using collect underscore list. So list, we know that it will keep duplicate values also. So next we'll go for other category B. If you see in B, we have only 2, 3 and 1. And if you see here B, 3 and 1. And next, if you see for C category, so we have these many records, and we have 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. If you see here for C, we have it converted to list 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. And similar way, if you go for D, we have 3 records here, 2, 3, 3. For D, if you see 2, 3, 3. So similar way for E, we have 3 records, that is 1, 2, 2. If you see here E, 1, 2, 2. So now what I'm doing is same code. Here I'm changing only thing is collect underscore set. And I changed column name, unique value list. So now what will happen? If you observe here, so here 1, 1, 2 is there. So that means here 1, 1 is the duplicate. But here if you see, only you will get 1, comma 2. Because collect underscore set, it will remove duplicates. So similar way, if you see here 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So here it is repeating 2 times. What we'll get finally is we'll get only 1, 2, 3. So similar way here also 2, 3, 3 is there. So it will convert to 2, 3. Only 2, 3. And at the same way here 1, 2, 2 is there. Here we'll get only 1, comma 2. So this is the difference between collect underscore list and collect underscore set. So next we'll see about how to use RDD. So RDD.flatMap. So this avoids explicit list comprehension and works with Spark RDD. So here I have this line of code df.select column name and .rdd.flatMap, and inside that I'm providing lambda, and finally I'm doing collect. But here we are getting error because in Databricks free edition, so we have only serverless server. But here for free version, we don't have option to create a new cluster. So if you have paid version of free edition, then you can create your cluster, then it will run. So here for explaining this, what I'm doing is I'm using our community edition. In community edition, we can create our cluster. So here what you're doing is data frame, this particular column. So first we are converting to RDD. Then by using flatMap and lambda XX, so flattens each row into single value. What flatMap will do is it will flatten the each row into single value, and finally collect, it returns a Python list. So now this scenario, now I'm going to community edition. So here we will see this scenario. So first I'm reading this data set, and so same code I'm using here. So same code I'm using here. So this and this, what is the difference is this first code is same. So this second code is additionally added distinct dictionary dot from case. So what difference we'll get is if you see by using this one rdd.flatMap, so we'll get all the records in the form of list. We'll get all the records of this particular column. Suppose I want to get only unique records like this, distinct values. Then we have to use dictionary dot from keys. And after converting to dictionary, on top of that, I'm using list. So then what will happen? We'll get unique records. We'll get only unique records. So next, I'm applying another column, status underscore name. So code is same. Only difference is column name is different. So here also, if you see here, that particular column, all 100 records we are getting here. And after applying dictionary dot from keys, we are getting only unique values. Okay, so next, how to convert multiple columns to list. So as of now, we selected df.select single column. So here I'm selecting 3 columns. Total 3 columns, remaining is same, remaining code is same. So here what happening, if you see here, this list is records of 3 columns. Okay, so you can verify 100 into 3, 300 records will be there in this for 3 columns. And since I used here dictionary dot from case, and on top of that list, later I'm doing collect. So for these 3 tables, I'm getting unique records here. The unique records of 3 columns. If you see here for this particular single column, status underscore type, we have only these unique columns, unique values from not available to marketing. If you see here, not available to marketing. I think it is order is changing. Okay, this order is changing, but if you add these 2 unique values, unique values of status underscore type, status underscore name, that means these things, and additionally what we given session underscore name. So if you add all these 3 unique records, you will get this one. So as of now, we'll see how to use flat map. Now we'll see how to use map function. So for this, I created a separate data frame for this. So by using create data frame method, I have 4 columns here, and this is my data frame. So here what I'm doing is, this is my DF. This data frame I'm converting to RDD. After converting that, I'm using map function, and inside that lambda. And if you see the code difference here for flat map and map, see here after converting RDD, here it is flat map, there that is map. And inside that lambda x colon x. So here what we are doing is, and inside lambda x colon x of 3. So of 3 means we are giving the column index position. So data frame index position 0, 1, 2, 3. So it will select this column, state column, and whatever the values in this particular column, it will convert into list. Okay, so CA, NY, CA, FL. So this column value is converted to list. Next, so either we can mention like this x of index 3, or otherwise x dot state, x dot column name. So either index we can mention, or directly you can mention column name. So we'll get list of elements here. Next example is from our initial data frame. Here same column I took, status underscore type, RDD. So here difference is map I'm using here instead of flat map. So lambda x colon x. So what we are getting is, by using map, it iterating each and every row here. See here, row of status type equal to not available. But if you change a little bit code, this particular code, df.rdd, instead of selecting column here, what I'm doing here is df directly I'm applying rdd on data frame dot map lambda x colon x. So this particular column, no, this particular column, instead of selecting at data frame level, I am selecting after converting to RDD. That means x dot status type. If you see here x colon x is there, but here x dot x colon x dot column name. So now what will happen? You will get only the list of values of this particular column. So now on top of this, what I'm trying to do is I am trying to collect distinct values. So same thing I'm using dictionary dot from keys, and on top of this I'm using list. So instead of all these values, instead of all these 100 values, here I'm getting unique values. Only these are all the unique values. So now code is same here. Here my column is different, status underscore type. And only difference here is, here I'm using index. So here I used x dot column name. Here I'm giving index method. So that is the only difference. So first I'm printing all the records. I'm printing all the records, and here I'm printing distinct records. For distinct records, I'm using this function, dictionary dot from case. Okay, so for first line of code, we are getting this list of values. For distinct values, we are getting this list of values. So next code is same by using map and index method. Only difference is column, status underscore name. For status underscore name, these are all the 100 values for this particular column. And after applying distinct, we are getting this many records. And next, code is same, column is different, session underscore name by using map and index. So for session underscore name, so these are all the 100 values of this particular column, and this is the unique values of this column. So here I give an explanation dot RDD. That means it will convert the data frame to an RDD. So now after converting to RDD, each row becomes a row object. That is like small tuple. So each row, if you see here row, and this is column name, this column name equal to value. So that means this is first row value, this is second row value, this is third row value, and so on up to 100. Next, after converting like this, I am applying map function and lambda x colon x of index 0. So that means each x is a row object. So that means this is one row object. So that behaves like say tuple. So that is this one. So that means this one. This is one row object. So x of 0 means takes the first element of the row. So x of 0 extracts just the value not available. So this is the row object, and since we mentioned x of 0, so it will extract only this particular value. Okay, so that is the reason it is mentioned here x of 0. And if you observe, there is minor code difference between map and flat map. Okay, so these are all the different ways to extract column values and in the form of list. Okay, so I try to cover all the maximum scenarios and options. So that's all about this video on how to convert particular values of a column into Python list. If you really like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.